Memorial Fieldhouse. Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you. Excited to bring you the Massillon Tigers taking on the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Bob, school canceled, but we were happy to see this game is on. It is being played, and we are just about 4 minutes away from tip-off here on 1480 WHBC, or maybe you're listening on WHBC.com. Either way, we appreciate you joining us. A great history of high school sports here at WHBC. You heard Brian say 80 years there. The station itself will be 100 years coming up, and we're excited to bring you the usual high school basketball, high school football, the quality content that matters to you. Tonight, the Tigers come to Canton Memorial Fieldhouse, and Bob, this game last year at Massillon was awesome.
Yeah, last year McKinley came out ahead 84-74, but I was looking at the stat book from last year's game. Massillon actually won 3 out of those 4 quarters, and they had a halftime lead, but it was that third quarter that McKinley and especially Reed Sims just put on a show. They outscored Massillon 35-14 in that third quarter, and Reed Sims had 22 of those 35 points. So that was one of the most amazing quarters I've ever seen offensively out of a player from around here. So McKinley's going to have to play 4 quarters because this is a very good Massillon team.
That it is. Massillon comes in ready to provide the challenge. We'll start with the Bulldogs, Bob. Coach Sean Witherspoon, it's year 2 for him at McKinley, really making an impact on the program.
Yeah, he's really turned this program around. Now, the year before he came in, they were 11-13, kind of struggled, but last year finished 15-9, and this year he has them on a roll, 11-2 total, and they are a perfect 7-0 in the Federal League. Now they've won 5 in a row, 9 of their last 10 games, so he really has this program playing at a very high level.
We appreciate everybody joining us. I know 3 degrees outside. You want to stay in. You want to just relax. Maybe you are out and about. You're either listening to us on the radio or, like I said, I meet so many people that don't know how easy it is. WHBC.com, hit play, and you're plugged into whatever is on the radio, especially high school sports with everything going on. You had Ohio State happening, schools canceled, kind of a chaotic time. So we're happy to have everybody just join us from the field house. Massillon side of things, Bob, they've been pretty consistent under their coach Josh Hose over the past few years.
Yeah, now they're on a bit of a roll themselves. They've won their last 3 games. They're 7-3 this year in Division II. They actually, with the new 7 divisions instead of 4, they dropped down from Division I to Division II, but they're off to another good start as well, winning their last 3 in a row. Had some tough losses earlier in the year against Central Catholic, Ursuline, and Newark, but they are also playing at a very high level, especially since they have 3 sophomores playing on their team that are getting a lot of minutes, plus their exceptional senior, Chris Knight.
You know, I love high school basketball for this reason, Bob. When we talk football, you hear sophomore, and I've heard multiple coaches say it, a sophomore equals a loss. Did I say that right? I think we've heard that all the time, that those younger guys can really make the difference sometimes in a negative way in football. Sometimes I think in basketball it just kind of can show up on the court no matter how old you are.
Yeah, experience matters in basketball, but sometimes you have younger players coming in, especially nowadays when kids are playing from grade school,
right,
in different leagues and things like that, and that you really see a difference in the development of players these days. A lot of them younger age are showing up ready to go and contributing.
Well, and you think too, I mean, let's go back 15 years, Bob. You play some stuff in the summer, you do a couple things here or there, and then you've got the season. Now you immediately finish the season, you jump into AAU games. So a lot of these guys, and that goes down to elementary school now. So these guys play a lot of basketball really into high school and then during the high school. So a lot of experience, not just at the high school level, but with AAU also. We're going to take you live to the court. We'll do the national anthem, and then when we come back, we'll get you the starting lineups as we give you Massillon and McKinley on 1480 WHBC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Education and Administration of the Canton City School District and McKinley Senior High School, we welcome you to the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse for tonight's varsity contest featuring our guests from Massillon Washington High School and Canton McKinley High School. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tonight's officials are Ryan Berry, Bobby Starks, and Dwayne Jackson. And this time, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps and join in the singing of our national anthem being performed tonight by Dajan Dickerson. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's light what so bravely we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Great crowd on hand here at Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you on 1480 WHBC. We'll go to Bob now for the starters.
All right, I'll start with the away Massillon Tigers. They're going to send out on the court number 1, Giorgio Jackson. He's a 6'4" junior, averaging 11.8 points per game and shooting a blistering 70% from the field. He'll be joined by Isaiah Lamp, 5'8" junior. He runs their point. He averages 4.1 assists a game. Number 3, Chris Knight, the 6'2" senior, 18.8 points a game. He's also shooting well from the field, 52% field goal percentage, and pretty nifty at the free throw line, 83%. Terrell Keys, number 4, 6' senior. He's a great shooter from outside, averaging 46% from three-point range. And rounding out the starting lineup, Xavier Williams, one of the sophomores we talked about, 5'11". He averages 11.4 per game on 53% field goal shooting and 78% shooting from the free throw line. For the McKinley Bulldogs, they'll be starting Anthony Chavers, 6'3" junior. He averages 11.5 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, and 2.1 assists and steals. He'll be joined by Jalen Jeter, 5'11" senior. He averages 11.4 points a game, 3.5 rebounds. Joining them will be Ed Webster, big 6'4" sophomore. He's also doing very well, 10.5 points a game, 3 rebounds, and he also shoots great from the field, about 80%. He'll be joined by Davey Thompson, 5'10" junior. He's averaging 6.3 points a game, 3.5 assists. And rounding out the McKinley lineup, the big senior, 6'5" Reed Sims Jr., 14.8 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. He's also great at the free throw line, 82% from there. So 2 very good teams, and it's a great rivalry, but McKinley has dominated that rivalry. Just like Massillon's dominated the football rivalry, McKinley has dominated the basketball rivalry, winning 10 of the last 11 games. But you're going to have to bring your A game because this is one everyone's going to be playing their hardest.
Thank you for the starters there, Bob. For McKinley, they will go with their home whites, black numbers, and red trim. Massillon, they will go with their black jerseys, orange trim. And again, Bob took you through those starters. Be sure to follow us on 1480 WHBC Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We've got all our upcoming games listed on WHBCSports.com. Ton of basketball on the radio and on the live stream, so we're excited to bring that to you, and we're excited to bring you this matchup here tonight. Thank you to Brian Novak back in the studio, getting us on, up, and running. A reminder, Thursday night we will have the Royal Knights Special Olympics basketball game live from Louisville High School, and then we will have basketball on Friday night, so we're packing it in this week, Bob. We got events galore.
Hey, basketball season is here.
About set for the tip, 1480 WHBC. As we said, 80 years of high school sports. The station itself will be 100 years old in March. March 9th, the station will turn 100 years old, so we're excited to celebrate that with everybody. It will be Chavers and Giorgio Jackson Jr. tipping it off to begin this one. Tip up, we are underway. It's a battle for it, but the Bulldogs will get it first. Held up top by Jalen Jeter. He will start the offense off for the Pups. Again, for McKinley, it's Chavers, Jeter, Webster, Thompson, and Reed Sims. First shot of the day is going to land for the Pups. A high ball floater from the baseline. That ends up going to Anthony Chavers, and so Massillon will look to respond. That one, Pups getting aggressive on defense, almost took it away. And now Xavier Williams looking to take advantage. It's a dump inside and an easy bucket for Terrell Keys. So Massillon, such aggressive defense early. McKinley, other end of the floor. They missed their first attempt. Second's no good, but the third on 2 tries. That one is good for Ed Webster. Really aggressive so far for both these teams. Tigers are working inside. The go up, no good. And McKinley pushing it on the other end of the floor. Take to the hoop. It's short, knocked around and taken away by Massillon. Neither team hesitating so far, Bob, to get down the floor and try something.
Yeah, both teams like to take advantage of transition baskets.
Long three, in and out. Chris Knight couldn't hit it. Looked good for a second there.
Ooh.
Drive on the other side of the floor. That one blocked by Giorgio Jackson Jr. A nice play to keep.
That was Jalen Jeter trying to sprint to the basket there. Jackson has a lot of length at 6'4".
Quick drop on the inbound and a bucket for Anthony Chavers. They knew exactly where either would be. The pass from Davey Thompson, the bucket for Chavers. Chavers off to a good start, Bob.
Yep, up to 4 points already. McKinley up 6-2.
McKinley backcourt press. It's a kick to the corner with room to work. They missed it, tipped it. Another shot, another chance, and it's good. Chris Knight gets that rebound. So despite McKinley bringing in the backcourt defensive pressure, Massillon is battling to get some buckets. It's 6-4 McKinley with the ball and the lead. 5:45 remaining in the first quarter. Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you on 1480 WHBC. It's Sims in trouble. He'll get it off quickly, though, to Jalen Jeter. Now it's a catch by Thompson on the left wing, and he cans a 3-ball. Nice bucket for Davey Thompson. That'll expand the McKinley lead at 9-4. Drive inside, left hand, short, nabbed quickly by Reed Sims. Sims delivers up ahead, almost lost. Now it's Sims going in by himself. Nice stutter step.
Oh.
And now they called a travel after it went through the hoop.
Too many stutter steps.
Got to work on your Euro, young man. But a good start for the Bulldogs at 9-4.
Yeah, Davey Thompson hitting that 3. He averages almost 40% from the field at 3-point range, so he's dangerous from the outside.
Other side of the floor, there's a foul as Giorgio Jackson went up to the hoop. Bob, usually this backcourt defense is going to cause a lot of problems, and then when you get it past half court, then you'll make your move, but McKinley's doing a great job getting back.
Yeah, they sprint very well down the court, pass the ball very well. You got to make sure you're back on defense if you're Massillon today.
Tigers will inbound, trailing 9-4. McKinley leads it with 5 minutes to play in the first. It's been Terrell Keys who's been aggressive from beyond the arc today. Now he'll kick it to the corner. Another 3-ball shot by Massillon. That one for Xavier Williams, not going to go. Here come the Pups. Sims catches. Sims leans into one. He couldn't find it either. Massillon on the other end of the floor. Everybody's working quickly today. And another 3, another miss. Loose ball goes to McKinley. And Reed Sims rebounded, grabbed it, passed. And he's taken a lot of steps and not done enough to give yourself that many possessions. I guess I'm trying to explain what he did there, Bob, but...
Yeah, I got trapped over there on the side court, lost control of the ball, and grabbed it with 2 hands, took a step. So that'll be McKinley's second turnover there.
The score remains 9-4 McKinley. And it will be a quick inbound for the Tigers. Another 3 for Williams, another miss for Williams. Reed Sims snags it. Sims really good length for these rebounds at 6'5".
Yeah, Massillon starting cold from 3-point range, 0 for 5 so far in the game.
Thompson with the left-hand take, looking to draw the foul. He misses, tips it back out. It is saved. A nice hustle play by Jalen Jeter. And now Sims takes it, dumps it, swatted away. Massillon hanging in there on defense. Other side of the floor, the Tigers got it to go. Williams, sick of shooting threes, drives inside, fouled, and scores.
Yeah, the refs are letting them play for sure tonight.
And that one taken away. Isaiah Lamp to the rack. Short. Another opportunity. It goes. It's never the first one for the Tigers right now, but they are hanging in there. And that was number 5, Braylon Gamble, with the missed shot putback. All of a sudden, it's 9-8, Bob.
Yeah, Braylon Gamble, one of those sophomores that gets a lot of playing time. He averages 7.3 points a game and also over 5 assists.
Massillon also going to bring in Jadis Thigpen right now along with Jalen Slaughter. That one missed, snagged by the Tigers. McKinley a little dry on offense right now. Thought about the corner 3 and the drive inside by Thigpen. It's a kick back out. Now it's a take by Thigpen.
Holy smokes.
Whoa, and some wrestling below the hoop.
It's big-time wrestling out there.
I don't know if the refs are just liking what they're watching or the floater by McKinley's no good. A second chance, a whistle, and a bucket. Ed Webster, who has been tasked with taking care of the paint tonight, finally gets an and one putback. And we finally get a whistle. Man, what we saw on the other end of the floor there was very aggressive.
I mean, basically the McKinley player just grabbed the Massillon player and threw him out of the way.
A mix of an over the back and an RKO.
Yeah.
McKinley back on the scoreboard with that putback, and Webster finishes the three-point play to make it 12-8 McKinley.
He's up to 5.
Massillon works quick. Good opportunity for a floater. He floats it, and Chris Knight gets the bucket. So the back and forth begins. Massillon, they're going to make them pay if they turn it over like this. McKinley throws it out of bounds. Almost a steal there, and Massillon, off that bad pass, will get the ball back.
Yeah, McKinley kind of threw it to nobody over there, so good pressure defense by Massillon, forcing the third turnover on McKinley.
Coach Witherspoon trying to reel his team back in as Massillon makes a mistake now, but they'll recover a loose ball. It's Gamble holding, Gamble driving. He got blocked, and a nice play by Jalen Jeter. He blocked him, grabbed the loose ball, and threw it off of him. The jumper on the other end of the floor is good.
Javion Carter.
First time today we've seen Javion Carter, and he scores. Massillon right back. Tigers waste no time as Chris Knight gets another bucket. 14-12 McKinley.
Yeah,
trying
Chris
to keep
Knight,
up with the action here, Bob, but these guys, they're flying up and down the floor right
they're
now.
Moving. Chris Knight, he got his 6th point there.
14-12, McKinley with the ball in the lead. They led all day. 3 ball from the left wing's an air ball. Massillon will let it go out of bounds. Back to the Tigers. No, it'll stay with McKinley.
Yeah, the Massillon player tipped it out.
Slaughter let it go. He thought it would go with the Tigers. McKinley gets Reed Sims back into the game. Up top, we just saw Javian Carter score. He's got the ball now. Top of the key, 2 minutes to play in the first. It's cooking on the left wing, almost taken away again. Jalen Jeter controlling.
Yeah, Massillon playing a very tight man-to-man defense right now.
Terrell Keys getting after him. Excuse me, that's Thigpen taking him up top, forcing him to pass. No shot clock here, so a minute and a half to play before the end of the first quarter. 14-12 is the score. Kick to the left corner, three, missed it. The putback not there as well. Jumped too early. Good effort by Anthony Chavers. McKinley clinging to a 14-12 lead. Massillon has pressured them constantly, blow by blow. Kick to the corner. The three ball for Thigpen is short. Knocked around and taken away by McKinley. The Pups on the push. Down low. And a back-em-down bucket for Anthony Chavers as he continues to be a source of offense for McKinley.
Yeah, 6 points for him. Nice back down there, just pushing his way into the lane for the easy layup on that one.
Inside, and again, no whistle. Second go up for Massillon. Good. Jadis Thigpen, you're going to score if you get no whistle and another opportunity, Bob, as Massillon making the most of it.
Something's going on here. We had a whistle. Nobody called timeout.
16-14 is the score. We've also gotten not many breaks in the action. I think our first break on the broadcast will be in end of the quarter. What have you noticed so far, Bob, from, we'll start with McKinley.
McKinley running the ball very well, and we did get a technical there. So I think they called a technical on Thigpen. So Reed Sims shooting some free throws here. Made the first one.
Sims makes his first, 17-14 now, McKinley. Second one. Not pretty, but if they roll through, what does it matter?
Well, he averages 82% from the free throw line, so he's got a pretty good touch. But
that gift of a couple shots makes it 18-14 McKinley. 43 seconds before the end of the first quarter. Pups with the lead and the ball. Tigers, again, in their black away uniforms with orange numbers. McKinley in their home whites. The black numbers with red trim. Sims catches, leans into a three, can't get it. But it is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with McKinley. And the battle for the ball forced Isaiah Lamp to knock it out of bounds on the baseline.
He changed it. The other ref came over, had a little conference, and it's going to be Massillon's ball. Good referee in there.
Tigers will have the rock 30 seconds before the end of the first quarter. 18-14. McKinley leads it. McKinley steals it, and it will stay with the Pups. Nice play there. Anthony Chavers, Bob, all over the floor tonight.
Yeah, Massillon player dribbled into a little trap there. Chavers was ready, grabbed the ball, and then Massillon player poked it out for McKinley possession now.
10 seconds. McKinley, it's Thompson going down below. Reverse layup is good. Circus shot with pressure on him. 2 seconds. 1 second. Another bucket on the other end of the floor. Giorgio Jackson, that describes the first quarter perfectly. As Thompson scores on our right, immediately with just 5 seconds, Giorgio Jackson scores on our left. The score, McKinley 20, Massillon 16. End of the first quarter. We'll be right back with you on 1480 WHBC. Back here at Canton Memorial Fieldhouse, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you. It is McKinley after 1 quarter of play leading Massillon 20-16. Bob, the leading scores for both these teams.
I got Anthony Chavers with 6 points. And for Massillon, it's Chris Knight also with 6 points.
Any other stats popping out to you right now, Bob, as we enter the second quarter?
Massillon 0 for 6 from three-point range. Haven't been very effective there. McKinley 2 of 5, so free throws really. McKinley's been aligned 3 times. Massillon is yet to go there.
This is a 4-point game. Both these teams have gone bucket for bucket, as that's how the first quarter ended. 3 from the corner, first one of the day, still not going to fall for Massillon. It's a battle for the ball on the baseline, and it goes back to McKinley. Yeah, Bob, that was the theme, right? McKinley scores, Massillon flies down the floor, scores right back. Pups score, Tigers immediately answer on the other side.
Yeah, transition offense. I know Coach Weatherspoon really stresses that with McKinley. Try to get points, grab that rebound, and everybody runs.
Now Massillon getting a steal off the backcourt pressure. Still looking for the 3 ball as Reed Sims steals it away. Now he'll give it away. Lob down low and a free bucket for Massillon. Both these teams,
yeah,
I don't know if they think this
sloppy.
is a cheaper ball than usual. This is the same valuable basketball. 7:12 left to play in the second. Massillon's defense picking up here as they get another steal. See if they can finish cleanly. Other end, stripped away. Both teams right now making it happen on defense. And a foul as Ed Webster was going up below the basket. We were just talking about it, Bob, a little sloppy, right?
5 turnovers combined for both teams already. We're only a minute and 3 seconds into this quarter.
Webster listed at 6'4", but they're playing him like a power forward today. He's been parked underneath the basket on these transitions.
Yeah, Reed Sims is the big man outside, but Webster is definitely the big man inside. He's up to 6 points now.
That'll give the Pups a 21-18 lead with the first free throw made. Coach Hose will get some subs in for his squad as Chris Knight gets back in there. Second shot drops as well, so good stuff from Webster at the line.
He shoots 80% from the line, so McKinley and Massillon both good free throw shooting.
Backcourt pressure, Massillon. Now it's a double team from McKinley, almost thrown away. Tigers looking to recover. It's a glide inside, a layup, a bounce, and nothing there. Pups in transition. The drive, no whistle. First time today we've seen Keith Quincy get after it. And Quincy's take didn't work out for them, but it will stay with McKinley.
Somebody better inbound.
Davey Thompson to give it in. 6:35 remaining in the second quarter. 22-18. McKinley leads Massillon. Got some McKinley-esque news today. Josh McDaniels will return to the New England Patriots as an offensive coordinator. So the McKinley legend back in the NFL.
Yeah, I knew that wouldn't take long.
Sims will drive. Sims will fade away on a mid-range and knock it down. Reed Sims continuing to make the difference for McKinley there with a bucket.
Oh, nice pass there.
Good delivery down low, and Braylon Gamble will toe the line.
Yeah, he got fouled on the head there, but that was a beautiful pass there. Right before that from Chris Knight hitting the cutting Gamble. Didn't make the bucket, but he will be shooting 2 at the free throw line.
Timeout I hear. We'll take a timeout as well. Right back with you on 1480 WHBC. Back here on 1480 WHBC, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you. 24-18. McKinley leading Massillon as Massillon will send Braylon Gamble to the line. Down 6 with 6 minutes to play until halftime. When we head to halftime, we'll shoot it back to the studio. Brian Novak will get you updated with need-to-know information, and then when you come back, Bob Jeffries and I will have stats and more. Brian will have the scores for you. And then I have a feeling this game is going to stay interesting for 4 quarters. Sims under pressure after one of the free throws was missed.
Yeah, he made 1 out of 2 on that possession to make it 24-19 McKinley.
A drive inside by Thompson. Aggressive with the left hand. Quincy buying him an extra possession. He swatted from behind. Once again, good effort for these second chance buckets. Both teams have done it well tonight. That one was Keith Quincy. He'll get a break now. And Quincy, a Division I football prospect. You can tell from here the size on him. And he was really a star for the Pups this year on the football field.
Yeah, he's a great athlete out there on the field, or on the court for McKinley and the field.
Sims a mid-range jumper. A lot of two-way guys tonight. Jalen Slaughter, the quarterback for the Massillon Tigers, been out there a little bit today as That one knocked out of the hands, I guess, and out of bounds for, I think it was Xavier Williams that lost it, but it will stay with Massillon. Tigers down 5:27 remaining in the first quarter. It is 24-19 McKinley. Both teams have been both sloppy on offense and aggressive on defense, which means a lot of turnovers. The pull-up three. That one finally drops for the first time today. There's a three-ball made for Massillon. Jadis Thigpen cans it.
That cuts it to a 2-point game.
Ball down low and a whistle as they got it to Webster.
And I think we got a reach on Chris Knight, his first, team second.
Massillon has it at a 2-point game. Again, the Tigers have not led yet today. It has been McKinley from the start. However, Bob, I believe the largest lead of the day was 6 for the Pups, so we've had a nice back and forth.
Yeah, it's been pretty close all game.
Sims holding. He'll get it to Webster. Back to Thompson. Thompson going to work. Closely guarded by Thigpen. Thigpen almost had the steal. Thompson's panicking a little bit. And it was almost taken away once again. The Tigers really stingy on defense.
Yeah, Thompson kind of lost control there, and Massillon player almost got the steal but knocked it out of bounds, so it'll stay McKinley possession.
Chris Knight will get a break. Jalen Jeter will get a break, and Javion Carter will check in for McKinley. Dump down low.
Nice.
Fade to the basket and a bucket. Javion Carter takes a step and lays it in after he made a cut. That's what that double team can create.
Yeah, I believe it was Ed Webster with a beautiful dish there.
Thigpen swatted by Reed Sims. McKinley up ahead. Webster for the finish and the jam.
Boy, he's putting on a show tonight.
Ed Webster throws it down on the other end of the floor. And I didn't see a dunk coming. I thought he was going to finish with a layup. And that'll tie McKinley's largest lead of the day as they are up 28-22. We quickly get a whistle for Massillon.
We got a foul on Javion Carter. So Xavier Williams will be taking Massillon's second trip to the line.
Williams listed at 5'11". The sophomore makes his first free throw opportunity.
He's up to 4 points now. 5 make it.
We thank you for joining us on 1480 WHBC and WHBC.com. Second shot going to drop as well. So Massillon immediately cuts it down to 4 after McKinley gets a highlight block and a highlight dunk from Sims and Webster. That's the story of this game. McKinley's done some really cool things, and Massillon's just kind of hung around.
And Jadis Thigpen just picked up his second foul on a reach. Third team, so still a ways from the bonus.
Coach Hose will give Thigpen a break as Isaiah Lamp checks in for Massillon. Massillon sporting their black jerseys, orange numbers. For McKinley, it's the home whites with black numbers, red trim. Thompson being picked up, almost lost it. Lamp hanging in there with him. Now it is stolen away, but knocked out of bounds.
Boy, they are really harassing Thompson bringing that ball in. As soon as he gets it by the three-point line, they're doubling him, and he needs to get rid of that ball before that, or it's going to be a lot of turnovers.
That one, he had it stolen away by somebody who wasn't even defending him, just passed by.
As soon as he got close to him, that player came over and doubled him and nearly created a turnover.
28-24, McKinley leads Massillon. That one stolen away, and Xavier Williams collects it. Other end of the floor, up, around, and the second chance opportunity will go. The circus shot didn't work, but Isaiah Lamp puts it in to help out his teammate. A steal and a bucket cuts it down to 28-26. McKinley fouled, trying to work it down low.
That'll be Massillon's fourth.
And turnovers are one thing, right, Bob? But turnovers that lead to points are killer, and that's really what's keeping Massillon in this one.
Transition. That seems to be the key tonight. You get the ball, take off.
Jalen Jeter will inbound on the lower right baseline. He's got Sims, he's got Chavers, along with Javion Carter and Webster. With the left hand, Carter gets the layup.
Nice driving bucket there. He's up to 7 tonight.
It was Massillon's turn to respond, and they do so. Right now it is Lamp, Knight, Gamble, along with Terrell Keys as it's stolen away by McKinley. A dump inside and a finish short and taken back by Massillon. A little lazy at the bucket there. Xavier Williams also on the floor for Massillon with 3 minutes to go before halftime. 4-point game. The 3-ball from the corner, make it a 1-point game. That one knocked down by Chris Knight. That's only Massillon's second 3-ball of the day, but they cut it to 1.
Knight up to 9.
Now McKinley, it's stolen away again. This time it's Lamp. Lamp, easy bucket. Bank shot's good. And for the first time today, Massillon takes a 31-30 lead. Timeout on the floor. The Tiger faithful are pumped up. They'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. Right back with you on 1480 WHBC. Back here on 1480 WHBC, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you. Massillon has taken a 31-30 lead. And, Bob, it feels like in the past 4 minutes we've seen the Tigers steal it about 5 times.
Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. Yeah, Isaiah Lamp, really good defensively. He's got 2 steals. Chris Knight, he had a steal during that period. But McKinley's got to take better care of the ball.
And I will say, once again, the key for the Tigers, not only do they steal it, they score in transition. As you said, McKinley desperately needing a bucket to change the vibes. And it's an offensive foul. Reed Sims bangs into Xavier Williams. And Williams listed at 5'11", 187. And man, did he take a blow there.
Well, he got his position, stood his ground. Reed did lower the shoulder, and that was a good call by the ref.
So McKinley in a bit of a drought right now. Even after the timeout, they really came out there with nothing. 2:15 before halftime. Massillon a 31-30 lead over McKinley. We thank you for joining us. 1480 WHBC. Kick, 3-ball, left wing, and it's got to go down right now for Massillon. 34-30. They are hot beyond the arc, in transition, defense, you name it. And right now Massillon's making it happen.
Yeah, they were cold in that first quarter, but they lit it up here in the second. Another
Williams
turnover.
rips it away. Other end. Quick bucket. Yep. Chris Knight scores. And McKinley, little bit of panic on the floor right now for the Pups.
I believe it's a 10-0 run for Massillon.
36-30 is the lead right now for Massillon. You're correct, Bob, as McKinley had tied their largest lead of the day at 6. Next thing you know, 36-30. Thompson's down low. He's got room to work, but he's off balance. Still got it to go. So Davey Thompson kind of
awkward, but you'll take it.
He stops the bleeding with that bucket there. I thought he was going to miss. He was way off kilter when he shot that.
Yeah, he lost his dribble going down the lane, but then was able to recover and make the quick basket to stem the tie, but still down by 4, McKinley is.
A minute 13 before halftime. Massillon up 36-32. The take inside, the kick outside. Xavier Williams baseline stepped out of bounds. Back to the Pups. That's a great defensive play, Bob. You put the pressure on, but you back off at the end. Let the ref know, I didn't touch him, but he stepped out.
Right.
And McKinley needs things like that right now.
They just got to solve this Massillon press.
Backcourt pressure. McKinley works it up ahead. Under a minute to go before halftime. Sims. He'll handle right now for McKinley. Thompson has really struggled playing point guard tonight with the pressure Massillon's brought. He'll catch it now on the left wing. Work it up top. Pick and rolls right now. Saw the pick, but no roll. The drive, the floater, bounce isn't there, but Massillon knocked it out of bounds. Good take for Chavers. That's one thing we've noticed during this little run for Massillon, Bob, is Chavers kind of out of it right now for McKinley.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good look, but 2 Massillon defenders are waiting for him, so good defense by Massillon.
Sims dribbles between his legs, hauls one up. Air ball. Doesn't go down.
Yeah, that was a frustration shot there. Just nothing going for McKinley offensively in their set offense.
Final 22 seconds before halftime. Again, we'll go to break. Brian Novak will get you scores and more. And then Bob Jeffries will have stats for you. Want to see some pictures? Head to WHBC's Facebook page. I'll get those posted. The three ball drops again. Massillon, who couldn't hit a three, gets a fourth one. That one goes for Chris Knight. That'll send us to halftime. Massillon somehow, someway has built a 39-32 lead at Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. We'll go to break. Brian will get you scores. We'll come back. Bob will get you stats, and we'll get you set for what should be a fun second half here on 1480 WHBC.
Back in the WHBC Sports Compound, Brian Novak with you here as halftime continues at the Fieldhouse. It's Massillon out in front of McKinley by a score of 39-32. Very choppy scoreboard, though, right now, as we've had a few postponements because of the cold temperatures. Let me tell you about a game that is going on now. Minerva is leading Salem at halftime, 38-21. Carrollton Alliance are playing, just getting started, and Marlington West Branch just tipping off as well. The Cheney-Perry game, though, was postponed, and they're going to tip off same time on Thursday. Lake and Worcester postponed until February 1st. Stowe and Green are postponed, and they have not rescheduled that game just yet. So that's all we can tell you about on the high school scoreboard, except for the fact there was a game last night in boys basketball. East Canton beat Fairless by a score of 64-37. A reminder, Cavs basketball on the air tomorrow night. Pregame at 7:30 as the Cavaliers are in Houston to take on the Rockets. Once again, halftime at the Fieldhouse. Massillon leading the Pups 39-32. And right now, let's get us caught up on the news. Here's Jim. All right, Massillon up 7 on McKinley. Let's head back to the Fieldhouse and rejoin Billy and Bob.
Thank you, Brian. Back at the Fieldhouse, as Brian said, 32-39 right now. Massillon leading McKinley. Bob Jeffries has the stats from the first half.
All right, let's start with some team stats. McKinley, 11 out of 25, 2-point range. 2 of 6 3-point range. That gave him 13 of 31, only 42% from the field in the first half. 5 of 5 from the free throw line. That gave him 32 points. Had 20 in the first quarter. Was held to only 12 points in that second quarter when they got outscored 23-12 by Massillon. They committed 5 fouls, nobody with any serious foul trouble, and they had 9 turnovers, so not taking care of the ball well. Massillon started out in the game cold, but boy, they lit it up in that second quarter. They're now 11 to 19 2-point range, 4 of 11 from 3-point range. That gives them an even 50%, 15 out of 30 from the field. Hit 3 of their 4 free throws, 39 points for them. They were outscored 20-16 in that first quarter, but they took it to McKinley in that second quarter, outscoring them 23-12. They've committed 6 fouls. Jackson and Thigpen each with 2, and they've had 7 turnovers. Individually for McKinley, they were led by the sophomore, Ed Webster, big 6'4" sophomore, at 9 first half points. He was helped out by Davey Thompson. He had 7. Javion Carter and Anthony Chavers each with 6. And Reed Sims, normally a 14.8-point-a-game scorer, held to only 4 points in that first half. For Massillon, they were led by their big senior, Chris Knight. He's up to 14 already in this game. He's hit 4 2-pointers and 2 3-pointers, so he's really lighting it up from the field. He's been helped out by Xavier Williams. He has 9 in the game. Jadis Thigpen, he has 5 points. Braylon Gamble, he chipped in 3 off the bench, and Terrell Keys and Giorgio Jackson each with 2 points. So big second quarter by Massillon has put them up by 7 points here, 39-32 in the first half. So interesting enough, this is going to be the quarter where McKinley really lit it up last year. Let's see if Massillon's ready for that, and see if Reed Sims has something special for us in this game.
Thank you for the stats there, Bob. Shout out Brian Novak back in studio. We appreciate him getting us updated at halftime and producing for us, keeping us on air. Big day for Brian. Ohio State wins the national title. Kenny and JT had plenty of guests, a lot to talk about, so keeping them on air, then keeping us on air. the big key here, Bob, I want to see how McKinley answers. It was a very Massillon-centered stretch there in the second quarter.
Well, Massillon put a lot of pressure on the McKinley ball handlers in that second quarter, and McKinley did not respond well. I mean, lots of turnovers. Massillon took advantage of them, so McKinley needs to take better care of the ball. And Massillon, they just got to keep that hot hand they had in the second quarter. I mean, they really lit it up from three-point range. They were 0 for 6 in that first quarter, 4 of 5 in that second quarter.
Tigers will have the ball first to begin the second half. Quick inbound. And to bring up for Isaiah Lamp, Chris Knight also on the floor, Terrell Keys, Giorgio Jackson, and Xavier Williams. The dump inside, now the kick in the left corner, another three, and Massillon back to missing them. The loose ball, though, battled for, and the Tigers finally come up with it. McKinley made a mistake. They thought it was going out of bounds off of them, but the miss finally finds the Pups. Webster up ahead to Sims. Sims lobs it. What a jam that was missed. McKinley almost had a lob throwdown. The other end of the floor and a bucket for Terrell Keys. What a start that could have been for McKinley. Webster catches the down-court pass. He's fouled. And, man, we saw a sports-esque play coming, and it was foiled.
Well, Anthony Chavers at 6'3", certainly got off the floor pretty well, but just couldn't quite handle that alley-oop there.
Webster heads to the line for McKinley. He's been good from the line today.
Yeah, perfect 3 of 3 so far.
And, again, only listed at 6'4", but he's really playing power forward for these guys. I guess in high school basketball, that is the ideal power forward, right?
Yeah, he's up to 10 points now after hitting that first free throw.
Defensively, Terrell Keys and Jadis Thigpen have been really, really good for Massillon. Second one's missed, tipped out of bounds, and a good chance at it, but Chavers knocked it out of bounds back to Massillon. So it is 41-33. The Tigers lead it.
Yeah, that foul was on Giorgio Jackson. That was his third, so he took a trip to the bench.
15 minutes to decide this one. Massillon holding on to that lead. Keys going to work on Sims. Left wing three. Quick shot. Quick fire. And it goes down for Chris Knight. He caught it. Took 1 second to think and 1 second to shoot. And Massillon's now up 11.
That was from NBA range. I mean, he is in the zone right now. He's up to 17.
Thompson's in trouble. They'll say there was a foul as, again, Davey Thompson, their primary point guard, has been heckled by multiple defenders today.
And the West's whistles are calling it a little bit closer here in the third quarter. That's going to be Lamp's first foul, but second team foul on Massillon.
And Coach Witherspoon not happy with something Reed Sims did. He pulled him quickly and now is talking with him. Thompson will drive. Quickly got foiled, stops. It's an 11-point lead for the Tigers. Make it more. Xavier Williams steals it. And, he missed the layup. Open floor. And you know what he did, Bob? He thought dunk, went up, and thought layup, and next thing you know, he missed. You got to decide at the free throw line if you're dunking, and you can't bail. I think his bench got him a little hyped up there.
Yeah, he got the little jitters there at the end and just blew the bunny.
Massillon still coming up with a possession here, and now McKinley frustrated with the whistle. The go-up was by Braylon Gamble. Gamble will toe the line. 5:54 remaining in the third. McKinley 33. They trail Massillon 44-33.
That was a good call. He got him with the body.
The Tigers have somebody getting taped up right now, so they may be down a man.
Gamble made the first. He's 2 of 3 from the free throw line now.
Coach Ho is very happy with his team's defense specifically. Second shot rims out. 12-point lead for the Tigers. McKinley stressed out on both ends of the floor. And they really don't have a guy that's been automatic on offense tonight, Bob, so not sure who to go to right now. It's Chavers, who was their original first scorer. Chavers scores on the layup to get them back on the board.
Yeah, they have 3 players who average double figures, but they're finding baskets hard to come by.
And an offensive foul and a tangle up between Isaiah Lamp and Davey Thompson. This is the kind of thing McKinley needs.
Yeah, Lamp picked up his second foul, team third, so McKinley will be in the bonus and 2 more fouls.
Ten-point game, 5:26 remaining in the third quarter. Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you on 1480 WHBC. Webster will catch up top and move it quickly. Thompson's ball handled, but not many shots from him today. He go inside, and a beautiful bucket. Javion Carter really had to thread the needle between defenders, but he got it to go. Massillon's lead all of a sudden down to 8. Keys hesitates and missed it. Way up ahead, plenty of time, and Chavers will jam it. Other end of the floor, and the crowd loves it. 6-point game.
Yeah, he's not missing that one.
McKinley with all the momentum right now. Massillon with the ball, though, up 6. The drive, a little bit of contact and an offensive foul. Xavier Williams plowing into Davey Thompson, and the refs may have changed their tune from the first half.
Yeah, they're calling a lot closer, but I mean, Thompson was set. He was there for an eternity. I was just wondering if that was going to be one of those where they allowed the basket and also called the foul, but I don't think I think they gave him the basket.
Well,
No, they didn't.
Will remain 45-39. If you just joined us here on 1480 WHBC, Massillon's lead over McKinley being cut down here at the field house. Tough bucket. There's a miss. There's a Webster putback, but he didn't get it either. McKinley so close to really driving this thing, and now they'll call a foul on the Pups. Jalen Jeter was a little too aggressive in the backcourt. Does Mace send the Tigers to the line?
No, that's only their second team foul.
Okay.
Second on Jeter.
And a reminder, the Pups just got a new head coach, Renzi Parnell. We did an interview with him on our YouTube page now. Just search 1480 WHBC and check that out. A lot of other breaking news. You meet the new sheriff of Stark County, Kenny Roto's reaction to the Buckeyes' national title, and more. Inside, good defense by McKinley as they swatted Williams. Jeter's looking for a bucket on the other end. Thompson caught the ball and got in trouble. Now he'll lean into a 3. Can't get it. McKinley, per usual, they got some real athletes on the floor, Bob, but not necessarily turning into anything special offensively. And Xavier Williams in a transition possession knocks down a 3 ball. We'll take a timeout. Massillon, a 48-39 lead over McKinley.
You can pick up your winnings in the front lobby. Tonight's winning 50-50 ticket number is 730391.
Just in case here, we'll keep it with you here at the Fieldhouse. 48-39, Massillon leading McKinley. Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries here with you. And Bob, you're scoring stats for us per usual. We appreciate that. Always key to the broadcast. What's standing out for you right now for Massillon, who leads by 9?
Just Chris Knight and Xavier Williams just lighting it up from 3-point range. Knight up to 17 points now. Xavier, he's up to 12 points. But McKinley, I mean, they started out cold, went on that, or Massillon then went on that run. McKinley responded, but still 9-point lead by Massillon here. McKinley just doesn't seem to have any rhythm tonight. I mean, they just kind of seem off. And they got to put it together here. It's going to be a big win for Massillon.
The Pups had it down to 4. They now trail by 9, and they now turn it over. Massillon not going to let that little bit of a run affect them. The 3 ball off. Reed Sims collects. McKinley looking to take advantage. That's a tough bucket. Underhand layup as he went under the hoop. It goes for Anthony Chavers. Back to a 7-point game. Massillon loses the ball, and it's going to the Pups. So right now it seems like McKinley's opportunity to jump back in.
And that's what Coach Weatherspoon wants to see. McKinley force the bad shot, grab the rebound, immediately transition offense. Chavers gets the bucket, and then they force another turnover, so maybe it's time for McKinley run.
3 ball. That one drops. Javion Carter catch and shoot 3 goes.
There you go, 7-point run since a timeout. McKinley down by 4 now, 48-44 Massillon.
4-point game. Massillon's led into halftime. Almost stripped away. We'll see what they call. It'll stay with the Tigers. McKinley has amped it up on defense. You got to think at a certain point, Bob, they see the Tigers taking the ball away over and over again and scoring and think maybe we should do the same thing.
Well, McKinley's kind of a fast-paced offense, and sometimes when you're playing fast-paced against good defense, you play out of control a little bit, and that's been McKinley's MO.
1480 WHBC, the site, Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. Pull-up jumper, rattles in, rattles out. Nothing there for Keys of Massillon. McKinley working quick. Webster gets it. Other end of the floor. Had to work through a defender, but it is a 2-point game.
And there's your transition offense. Good defense. Sprint down the court, get a nice pass. 2 points for Webster. 2-point lead now for Massillon.
2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Massillon still up by 2. The largest McKinley lead was 6. The largest Massillon lead, I believe, was 11.
Yeah, at least.
2 minutes to play. Massillon up by a bucket.
Nice cut.
Dump inside works perfectly. Xavier Williams rolled his ankle. He's down. He did score on that bucket.
Ooh, yeah. He's off in the corner.
And he's down. We'll get a timeout on the floor while that injury gets assessed. You're listening to 1480 WHBC. Back here at Canton Memorial Fieldhouse, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you. Massillon up 50-46 over McKinley, but the Pups with the ball. Xavier Williams left the floor with a little bit of help, so hopefully he's all right. Webster, there's a whistle as he goes up. And that's a good play for McKinley. Webster at the line shooting too. You love to see that if you're Coach Witherspoon.
Yeah, he's pretty successful at the line. He's 4 of 5, which is right on his average at 80%. Yeah, Xavier Williams, he had a cramp, so as soon as he gets hydrated and stretched out, I'm sure he's going to be right back in.
Williams playing very well for Massillon. He just got him another bucket, shooting well from 3 and playing defense. Webster will hit the first one.
He's up to 13.
As we just said, Massillon had built, we'll say a 13-point lead, I believe was their high. And McKinley has now brought it back down to 2. Webster hits both, 50-48. Massillon leads it. Backcourt pressure, working its way up ahead. Slaughter catches. They thought there was a travel. Keys will catch inside. He missed, and McKinley gets it back anyway. Chance to tie it. The stutter step, the drive inside, up, under, around, missed it. There's some holding down low, and the physical play. McKinley battles through it, and Anthony Chavers gets the putback. It looked like Chavers definitely got held. Slaughter for 3 on the other end, not going to go. Ball's loose on the floor, and a behind-the-back pass will reset it for Massillon. We are tied at 50, folks. Stolen away, battle for the ball. Massillon recovers. And a whistle just before the Pups took it.
Yeah, Knight got bailed out there a little bit by the ref. He was losing control, but McKinley might have reached in. I was kind of blocked there. They'll get Javion Carter for the foul, his second, team third foul.
Really fun game here tonight at the Fieldhouse. Massillon and McKinley going at it. McKinley rocking their home whites, black numbers, red trim. A pull-up 3 off a pick, and Terrell Keys knocks it down. Make it 53-50 Massillon. And McKinley has kind of slowed down with the three-pointers.
Yeah, they've only hit 1 in this quarter.
It was the opposite in the first half, man. Massillon couldn't pay for a three-pointer. Thompson picked up by Keys, in trouble quickly. Desperation shot, not going to go. Javion Carter ran out of time, and that'll end the third quarter. Massillon still in front, 53-50 over McKinley. We'll be right back with you on 1480 WHBC. Back here at the Fieldhouse, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you. 8 minutes to decide this one. Massillon getting a three-pointer just before the end of the third. That was huge considering the run McKinley had made to get it back tied at 50, but now it is the Tigers up 53-50. Bob, any stats sticking out to you as we begin the fourth?
That was a nice quarter by McKinley. They outscored Massillon 18-14. Massillon still, they were 3 of 6 from three-point range, so they're still lighting it up from outside the arc.
Thompson will hold in control for the Pups to begin the fourth. A lot of pressure on Thompson today to move the ball as that one's picked off. He tried to go to the other side. And Massillon, of course, taking advantage off the steal. That'll boost them to a 5-point lead.
Yeah,
Be sure to stick with us when we end this game. Bob will get us stats, and then we'll send it back to Brian for a quick end-of-game summary.
Yeah, it was a nice steal by Gamble, and then a transition, too, by Giorgio Jackson, who's back in the game.
Coach Witherspoon pretty set with what he wants to see from McKinley lineup-wise. We haven't seen guys like Keith Quincy yet in the second half. Thompson leaning into a layup. It's missed. It's tipped. A battle for the ball. Chavers comes up with it. Hard back down, but no bucket. The battle for it goes to Massillon.
Boy, McKinley couldn't. They had two nice shots there by McKinley. Neither one fell, though.
A lot of effort by Chavers, but just couldn't get it to go. Under 7 to play. Massillon seems very comfortable as Keys off a pick. Almost hit another three. Rebound for the Tigers. Give to Keys. Up, under, and a whistle. Terrell Keys sticking with it. That ball landed perfectly into the hands of Braylon Gamble. Bit of a lucky offensive rebound there, but Massillon, they know how to make the most of their second chances.
Yeah, that was a nice penetration move by Keys there and drew the foul. Hits the first free throw. He's up to 8 points now.
It's a 6-point Tiger lead. It will be a break for Thompson now for McKinley. Second one will go as well. So the Tigers build their lead back up to 7. McKinley looking for one of those runs that has kept them in it. After leading early, they were stripped of their lead, and Massillon capitalized. A turn, a jumper, and a nice look for Ed Webster. He didn't hesitate after that catch.
He shoots very confidently for a sophomore.
All right, Bob, 6 minutes to decide. It's a 5-point Massillon lead. Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you live from Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. The flow, the runner, not going to go for, that's Keys. Terrell Keys taking that one. McKinley looking to capitalize. It's Carter who threw it away on a pass to Sims. Massillon on the other side. Finish at the hoop and a whistle. McKinley not even going to argue that one. They knew what they did.
Yeah, that was a bad pass, and Massillon on the transition draws the foul. That'll send Giorgio Jackson to the line. He's only got 4 points so far in the game.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here, though. I'm going to let Bob run down some stats at this point in the game. Bob, start with the leading scorers.
Well, for McKinley, you got Ed Webster. He's up to 16 points now. Anthony Chavers, 14 points. Davey Thompson with 7. Javion Carter, he has 11. Surprising, though, Reed Sims held to only 4 points so far in this game, and none in this half. Giorgio Jackson, who's going to be at the free throw line, got 4 points right now. Isaiah Lamp 4. Chris Knight, he's their leading scorer with 17. Terrell Keys, he is up to 9 points right now. Gamble with 4, and Xavier Williams having a great game, 14 points for him. So good balanced scoring by Massillon tonight.
5:40 remaining. Massillon up 5. But, man, since halftime, Bob, it really feels like it's been the Tigers in control.
Yeah, credit Chris Knight, 17 points. He had a tough start from three-point range beginning of the game, but he's hit 3 of his last 4, and he's got help, though.
Knight, the senior, 6'2", 170. It will actually be Giorgio Jackson Jr., though, towing the line coming up here.
Yeah, he sat a lot of that third quarter with 3 fouls, so he is one of their leading scorers at 11.8, shoots 70% from field goal range, so he's a force to be reckoned with offensively inside. Let's see how he does at the line.
Looks like Coach Weatherspoon going to want to get some new energy here as he brings in Keith Quincy. First time in the second half we've seen Quincy. Really didn't see him much in the first half, but you know, he's such a big physical presence, Bob, can really help getting rebounds.
Yeah, rebounds defensively. He could score too.
First shot for Jackson. Rattles out. Coach Hose remained patient to start this game and eventually watched his team lean into what they do best. Today it's been steal the ball and score off those steals.
Yeah, transition, great defense, transition offense. Both teams try, but Massillon's been a little bit more successful tonight.
Second one, in, now out. Keith Quincy on the rebound there for McKinley. Great crowd on hand. They don't care that it's 3 degrees outside.
It's about 80 degrees in here.
It is hot, but packed gym and a good atmosphere. The dump, looking for the finish, and it's there for Jalen Jeter. Normally McKinley's throwing that pass away or turning it over after the catch, so that may be good things to come. Loose ball for Massillon as they recollect. Chris Knight had it and a whistle. Coach Hose wanted a timeout. They'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. Right back with you on 1480 WHBC. Back here at the field house, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you. Massillon, a 57-54 lead. Tigers have really ran things since midway through the second quarter, Bob, but the Pups won't go away.
Yeah, that was a big second quarter for Massillon. They outscored McKinley by 11. McKinley got a little bit of that back in the third, but they played even with each team with 4 points here in the fourth.
Tigers with the ball and the lead, up 3. Desperation three-pointer off a pick, not going to work. A very awkward shot there for Chris Knight, but he's been the best scorer tonight for the Tigers. Now it's Keith Quincy. Scratch that, it's stolen away. And the other end of the floor is Thigpen scoring for Massillon. And now it's lost. Javion Carter with 2 straight turnovers for McKinley, and Massillon looks to take control. They're up 5. They just scored off a turnover. This game moving relatively quickly tonight at the field house. JV flew by. And the 3 from the wing, nothing there. The putback, good. Xavier Williams flying in, snagging it up and in. 7-point lead for Massillon, just like that.
Yeah, 2 bad possessions for McKinley, 2 turnovers, 4 points for Massillon.
Chavers, a little bit of iso ball and a bucket. He backed them down and made it happen. A good day for Anthony Chavers.
Yeah, he's up to 16.
4 minutes to play. It's Massillon by 5. Both teams have made their runs. Massillon's controlled most of the way, but as I said, McKinley at no point has surrendered. Bucket short, second chance. Finally corralled by Keith Quincy. It was Thigpen who couldn't find it. McKinley taking their time on the other end. But Massillon working the steals. The floater is good. Jalen Jeter didn't hesitate. It's where they get in trouble, Bob, is when they're dribbling around, looking around. So the Pups finally decide to push it. 3-point game.
Yeah, you had 4 points by Massillon. McKinley come right back for their own.
Thigpen going to work. Jab steps inside. He's fouled as he laid it in. A 3-point play. Opportunity now for Jadis Thigpen.
Yeah, he got the step on Thompson there. Or no, sorry, got the step on Quincy there. Drew the foul. He's looking for the old-fashioned 3-point play now.
3:13 remaining. 5-point lead for the Tigers. McKinley hanging in there, but plays like that may make the difference.
So he missed the free throw. McKinley on the rebound.
Game stays a 5-point game. We've got 3 minutes to decide it. 63-58. Pups. It's with Webster. He drives. He's in trouble as he lays it up and off. Now Reed Sims battling to get the ball back, but another behind-the-back pass as Xavier Williams swatted away. Ball's loose on the floor. McKinley finally corrals it. It's a 2-on-2. And finally a whistle. There could have been a whistle at 4 different spots.
Yeah, got pretty aggressive there.
Xavier Williams swatted by Reed Sims, and McKinley, like I said, Bob, probably could have picked 5 different opportunities for Massillon to put this away and end it, but McKinley will not let it happen.
McKinley hanging around. So Jalen Jeter with a couple big free throws coming up here.
Jeter to the line, hasn't made a ton of buckets, but these are when they matter. No hesitation, flies the ball through the hoop. 1 free throw good.
He's up to 5 points now. They've all come in this fourth quarter, so he's getting hot at the right time.
Webster's going to sit, so it looks like the Pups will sacrifice speed for size. Second one good as well. Like I said, Jalen Jeter hasn't taken a ton of shots today, but man, they called on him late. Thigpen kicks it. Massillon likes to work fast on offense. Jadis Thigpen holding. Oh, it's knocked away. Now it's stolen away. There goes Jeter. He's got a man open. He'll keep it. Now he'll deliver on the inside. A nice jab step and a finish. Javion Carter scored off the effort from Jeter. Massillon on the other end. Ball's loose, and the Pups have it. Down 1. Stolen right back by Massillon. Chaos on the floor. And finally a whistle. McKinley was battling to get the ball back. Final 2 minutes and 7 seconds are going to be real interesting.
That was some frantic back and forth action there. Xavier Williams with the steal. McKinley with the foul. That'll be on Anthony Chavers. He picked up his second. Team 4th, so Massillon will be in the bonus on the next McKinley foul. But yeah, McKinley's whittled it down to 1. Don't go away, folks.
Massillon up by 1, 2 minutes to play. I'll give both teams credit. Nobody has scored and kind of reacted. They've just gotten right back on defense. Massillon's turn to try and make it happen.
Oh,
beautiful
nice
pick and roll. And the cut inside. It is Gamble to Knight. And now McKinley throws it away.
Yeah, turnover by McKinley there.
Jalen Jeter heaved it out of bounds.
Yeah, Chris Knight up to 19 points.
65-62 is the score. Sims will pick up Knight. Excuse me, that's Gamble. Gamble will drive. Left hand, he scored. The double team didn't matter. 1:32 to play. Thompson driving for McKinley. He's checked back in. A move inside and 1 layup. It's Davey Thompson who went under the defender with 1 foot and not much to spare on the pivot, keeping McKinley in it once again.
Down by 3. Big free throw coming up here.
Right now for the Pups, it'll be Sims checking out now. So it'll be Webster, Jeter, Javion Carter, Anthony Chavers, and Davey Thompson at the line. Bob, Carter did not start with this group as Thompson knocks down the free throw, but he has really gotten some big minutes.
Go with the hot hand.
2-point game as Massillon brings it up the floor with the lead. They'll immediately dash down and a whistle. I'm not sure what Thompson's supposed to do there.
Well, Thompson kind of grabbed him around the waist there. Got 2 hands on the ball, but
smart by Massillon. The minute they got the ball, they went running.
Yeah, they pushed it down the court, and Isaiah Lamp, he'll be shooting 2 free throws now because McKinley is in the, or Massillon's in the bonus.
It'll be Isaiah Lamp at the line. First shot, good.
He's up to 5 points. Yeah, minute 18. Massillon up by 3. This big free throw here.
Reed Sims is back in. Jalen Jeter will sit for McKinley. Right now for the Tigers as they get their lead up to 3, now 4 with that made free throw from Lamp. They will go with Lamp, Knight, Gamble, Giorgio Jackson, and Xavier Williams. Sims drives, dumps it. Webster, underhand miss. Sims puts it back. 2-point game, 69-67, a minute to go. Now remember, no shot clock, so you got to play this in a very specific way, and we'll get a timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Right back with you on 1480 WHBC. 69-67, Massillon leads McKinley at the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with you. We have just 58.6 seconds left to decide this one. And at this point, Bob, it could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, frantic back and forth action. And really even scoring by both teams, too. So anybody make a difference in this point.
Coach Josh Hose called the timeout for Massillon. They've got the lead and the ball. Right end of the floor. Right now it's Lamp bringing it up. Thompson giving him a lot of trouble, so he'll give it off. Williams almost tripped. So Massillon will slow it down. McKinley waiting to decide when they want to foul. Williams on a double team. Kick to the corner. 3-ball. Got it. A silencer from Chris Knight in the left corner. And we got a man down for McKinley. I think that's Shavers.
Yes, you are correct.
Immediately, it's a cramp.
He ran out to defend that 3, but boy, clutch basket by Chris right there.
If you're McKinley, that's worst case scenario, right? I mean, drive them inside, but they go for the double team on the right side, and a beautiful pass to Knight in the corner, and odds are they were going to try and get it tonight. He's been the man tonight for
and that
Massillon.
pass just made it over Shavers' outstretched hand. I mean, he must have got a little piece of that, but yeah, he landed awkwardly. He's cramped up now, so. But yeah, 33 seconds left. 5-point lead now for Massillon, so at least 2 possessions McKinley's going to have to take to get back in this. So.
Great job by both trainers for Massillon. They reacted quickly to the injury, and now it's McKinley helping him out. I think it's a cramp. That's how it looks.
Yeah, he was stretching out the calf, so those are nasty here at the end of the game.
Keep an eye out, folks. We're getting our Kid Fest set up for March. You know it, you love it. We don't have a date set yet, but when we do, we'll release that and get you ready. If you haven't been yet, it's something to see. (72-67). McKinley's got to work fast, and they got to work efficiently. Efficiently, not a good start as they almost lose it. Thompson will pull up. His 3 not going to go. Tipped around. Sims, second chance opportunity, and a foul on the floor. I don't think he'll shoot with that.
No, that's only the 3rd team foul on Massillon.
Everybody getting their lineup set as Massillon will bring in a quick substitution.
And you got Giorgio Jackson Jr. back in.
5-point game, 20 seconds remaining. McKinley with the ball down 5. Chris Knight just hit a giant 3 for Massillon. McKinley looks to answer. Sims goes up and gets fouled.
And that'll be on Giorgio Jackson. It should be his 4th.
He was looking for that one.
Yeah, that was a nice cut by Sims there to get open right underneath the basket. And this is what you love when you're behind at free throw line, scoring with the clock staying at 19 seconds.
5-point game, Massillon by 5. Sims Jr. toes the line. First free throw's off.
That hurt.
It matters at all levels. High school. I was at a Malone University basketball game the past few weeks, Bob. They lost multiple games because of free throws. It's all levels. You think you got it down. 5-point game. Sims trying to recover with a slasher here. He does get it, so it's a 4-point game. McKinley will try the double teams. Massillon's moving it well. Now they'll throw it away.
Got the turnover.
A break for the Pups as Xavier Williams heaved it into his own bench. He was looking for, I believe Knight was over there, but he threw it wide.
Still 2 possessions. McKinley down 4 with only 13 seconds.
Pups got to work fast. They're down 4, 10 seconds. Sims going to work. Good defense. He'll drive, put it up. Nothing there. Tipped around. Sims again. That one he got. 3 seconds remaining, and that should move it to a 2-point game. It will.
2-point game, but
the clock's the killer here, Bob. They're out of time.
3 seconds left. Massillon's just got to make sure you throw it to your own guy. If I'm Massillon, I set my players down the other end of the court, try to heave it down there. You don't want to inbound it underneath McKinley's basket, risk a turnover and an easy bucket. So,
one more time, partner, our leading scorers tonight.
Oh, goodness. All right, so for the McKinley side, I got Anthony Chavers with 16. Ed Webster, the sophomore, also has 16. For Massillon, it's been the Chris Knight show. I got him with 22 so far. He's been helped out by Xavier Williams, the sophomore. He has 16. So, and just not Reed Sims' night tonight. So,
strategy-wise, 72-70, Massillon leads it. They'll also have the ball. Now, you'd think, Bob, try and get it in and kill the clock real quick running around, but they've also been a little chaotic passing tonight. So, you almost wonder if they're just going to try and keep it close.
Well, I mean, you don't want to turn it over underneath your own or McKinley's basket.
Yeah.
So you're going to try to get it down the court. If somebody touches it, that clock's going to be running, and then you've got the ball game.
Massillon will inbound. Quick give, quick foul. It was loose, and Thompson, he did knock it away, but he knocked it away because of the foul, and that's pretty ideal. 0.7 seconds off the clock. I believe Coach Witherspoon does still have a timeout, so.
Yeah, McKinley has 1, Massillon with 2. So big free throws coming up here.
Giorgio Jackson Jr. will toe the line.
No, this is Lamp. Lamp, he's already 2 for 2 in the game.
Thank you, Bob. First free throw goes.
So a 3-point lead now. If he makes this one, it's game over.
One more can ice it, or at least really bring it home. Not much time. That's where McKinley has not had the opportunity, is with the time. Second's good.
Yeah, that was the dagger there. 4-point lead now for Massillon, 74-70. 2.3 seconds, so.
Clutch shot after clutch shot for Massillon to keep the Pups away and then eventually take this thing home. They're up 4 with 2 seconds left.
And let's say clutch free throws there by Massillon at the end, too. Keys, perfect 3 of 3 in this quarter. Lamp, a perfect 3 of 3 in this quarter. I mean, those are very tense free throws, let me tell you. So, but they were clutch right down in the end. So 4-point lead for Massillon, 2.3 seconds left. You just don't want to foul. You don't want to have them heave a 3, get a foul, because there is a 4-point play in basketball. So you're just going to let them inbound, shoot, and let that clock run down.
When we finish out here, we will take a quick break. Brian Novak will get you some scores, and then we'll bring it back. Final stats from Bob Jeffries, and we'll get you on your way. McKinley to inbound. They're down 4. There's 2 seconds. Sims, they're done messing around. He'll hit a 3 at the buzzer. I don't know if that'll count.
He counted it.
He did count, so McKinley took a hot sec to hit that. And Sims, I don't know, you got to put a little more urgency, is that right?
Well,
guess,
no,
Bob,
with 4-point lead, Massillon just stood there. They weren't going to commit the foul, so that was perfect, exactly what Massillon wanted to do. So just a little bit too short, though. 74-73, Massillon wins.
74-73 is the final, as Bob said. The Tigers defeating the Bulldogs on the road in a tough environment. We'll send it to Brian. Brian will get you scores, and then we'll come back with stats.
So Massillon finishes off McKinley 74-73. Brian Novak here at the WHBC studios. Just one other final we can pass along on this Tuesday night. Minerva winner over Salem 73-37. 73-37 Lions. A lot of games postponed in the area because of the cold weather. The Cheney-Perry game was postponed. They'll play on Thursday. The Lake Worcester game postponed until February 1st. Other games, Stowe and Green, Canton South Central were called off and with no makeup dates as of yet. So that's all we can tell you from here, except to remind you, Cavs basketball back on the air tomorrow. At Houston, they take on the Rockets, 7:30 pregame here on 1480 WHBC, where right now we send it back to the Fieldhouse one last time and get the final thoughts and numbers from Billy and Bob on Massillon's 1-point win. Guys?
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Cavalier basketball, something to tune into right now as the Cavs continue to dominate, playing really, really well. Bob's tallying up the final stats. We'll get to them in just a second. The WHBC YouTube channel, almost to 4,000 subscribers. If you want to check out what's happening there, be a part of the action. Right now, just scrolling through what we've got. Kenny Rota's reaction to the national title. The Buckeyes own college football. They are the kings of college football after their victory over Notre Dame last night. The new Stark County Sheriff, Eric Weisburn, sat down with Pam Cook, talks about his history in Stark County, his plans as the sheriff, and more. Also some talks with Pam and Dr. Stan, other reactions from Kenny to local games, and again, the Pups' brand new head coach for football, Renard Renzi Parnell. He comes from Akron-Hoban, a defensive coordinator, taking over this program, and it was interesting to talk with him. We've got that interview up, and Bob's ready with stats.
All right, we'll start with some team stats. McKinley, 25 of 49 from two-point range, 4 of 11 from three-point range. I gave him 29 of 60 for the game, just under 50%. Shot the ball well from the free throw line, 12 of 14. I gave them 73 points for the game. They committed 13 fouls, and the thing that hurt them tonight, 17 turnovers. Massillon, 19 of 30 from two-point range. They shot the ball really well. 8 of 21 from three-point range. I gave them 27 of 51, so shooting over 50% for the game. 10 of 14 from the free throw line. They had 74 total points. They committed 12 fouls and had 11 turnovers. Individually for the Bulldogs, they had Anthony Chavers with 16 points. He also had 6 rebounds and 2 steals. Ed Webster, he finished with a double-double, 16 points and 10 rebounds. Also had a couple nice assists on the game. Javion Carter, he finished with 13 points, 2 rebounds. Reed Sims, he had a nice fourth quarter, had 8 points for 12, gave him 12 total for the game. He also had 9 rebounds and 2 block shots for McKinley. Jalen Jeter, he rounded out the scoring for McKinley with 6 points, all coming in that fourth quarter. For the Massillon Tigers, Chris Knight, boy, 6'2" senior, put on a show tonight. 22 points for the senior, 4 of 7 shooting from two-point range. 4 of 8 from three-point range. He also chipped in 5 rebounds and had a steal. He was helped out by the sophomore, Xavier Williams. Boy, he had a great game, too. 16 points, 6 rebounds. He had an assist and 3 steals defensively. Terrell Keys, he finished with 10 points. Jadis Thigpen with 9 points. Isaiah Lamp, 7 points. And rounding off the scoring, Giorgio Jackson with 4 points. Braylon Gamble with 6 points. So Massillon, a 2-point winner tonight. Kind of an upset. McKinley's been dominating this series, but Massillon, they made a statement tonight. They raised their record to 8-3. They will be home against Perry on Friday. McKinley drops to 11-3. They will be home against Galena also on Friday.
Every loss is a lesson, I guess. McKinley's is take care of the ball. Massillon, a 1-point winner tonight at the Fieldhouse. They've lowered the lights. That means get out of there. We appreciate everybody who has tuned in with us tonight on 1480 WHBC. Thank you for Brian Novak keeping us on back in the studio, and, of course, all our sponsors. Be sure to head to WHBCSports.com for our full lineup of games here on the radio and on the stream.
Thanks for listening to High School Basketball on 1480 WHBC Sports. Brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union, Ferndale Water Experts, CKP Heating and Cooling, OSI Tobacco, Clearwater Systems, Bell Stores, and Old Carolina Barbecue. Celebrating 80 years of high school sports. 1480 WHBC.